Ryos Cryptor, you should note the event at the top of the hour. I do know, Can 2000, new Canberra year of KP20 and kickoff of Starion, corresponding to 2025 and January, and EY1025 and Alpha on ESC. You mean, KB.P20, you add the small b in a dot between K and B. I do heard, this as I do note RKT now as KBT. Yes, but as KBTS, small s at the end, as Canberra Standard Time. I do note the KMT, Canbermetry Time, and Canbordian Solar Time. Anyhow, what has happened to Kilo Canbordian Time? Initially 25 Canbordian minutes in a Canbordian second and 1 Canbordian hour into 25 Canbordian minutes. Changed to 150/24/24, then 120/60/24. It has been discontinued in favor of new timekeeping called Canberra Duodecimal Time or Canbordian Spinelian Duodecimal Time or KBDT. I must note Canberlish of duodecimal duodecimal being duodecimal duodecimal in English, base 12 aka dozenal system as I learned it at Gaia High School and Barton University in past years. Who introduced it? Zaylin Relixina from Clocuptech in Canbordi City. Who is she? Canbordian Spinelian, she have 6 finger thumb per hand while we have 5, Splixians have 4 in which hence octal system in KBE 471. When does the system gets introduced? Mid-January 2022 Mid-Starion KB.P17, as KKT gets discontinued toward March 2022 or Finan KB.P17. How does it work? Does it divide the day into 24 hours and the further divisible by 12? I do note in the measurement system, in timekeeping proposed, the TGM, by the Dozenal Society of the Brits, Jackland, on its website I printed this morning, scanned and transferred to device, the TIM, being 12 to the power of -4 of the hour, being 25, graveths or duniths of the second. 12 of these dunatum, 2 and 1/12ths of a second, 2.083333 seconds, 12 of these a dunatum of 25 seconds, a trintum is 12 of dunatum, of 5 minutes 0 seconds and a quatum is an hour, whereas a quentum is 12 hours, 50 choice, 1200 decinutes, 2 quentrum is 24 hours being 497. 664 tims in base 10. No, it starts with the second called the binal, 12 binals being dozen binal in which you would refer as Z and L. Yes. Here's a catch, 144 of the binal is not called a trinal, but called as the dozenal, as 12 of these as you would have called as dunauinel. 60 dozenals or 5 do or 5 zen dozenals equal 1 kolaki, 10 of these equal a day. I must note, this is 1 kolaki equal to 10 chois and 100 crons in decimal timekeeping. How about the calendar system? The day, called a dia 6 of these equals a semana, or seisma, as 2 do, 2 zen, 24 days or 4 semanas equal a mesa, as do 6, or zen 6, 18 of these, being 6 do, 6 zen or 72 semanas, or hex weeks, or 3 gru, 3 duna, 432 dias, or days, close to 14.2 months, over 1.18 solar years. A doziano or Canberra Spinel duodecimal year. I must note the epoch, as I do note based on the current date in its system, subtracting a zen from the year, as the new Canberra year starts off semana 60 or 5 zen, subtract 1, 59 multiply by 6, 354, 2 zen 9 in duodecimal is 33, 33 multiply by 432 equals 14,256, add that and 354, 14,610. Offset the days from January 1st, 2025, prior 40 years as KB.SDY Duna, Crew, 144 on January 1st, 1985, 144 multiply by 432 equals to 62,208, being 3 multiply by 12 to power of 4, 3 kura, 3 dumu or 3 quadka days, add that to 14,610, and offset from January 1st, 2025, 76,818 days. Being September 9th, 1814 where the epoch gets set, or by KB.SDY1, add 3 zen days, November 13th, 1815 as today is day 76,817 to become 76,818 on the day count, in duodecimal, 3 kura 8 trin 5 duna 5 zen 5 to 3 kura 8 trin 5 duna 5 zen 6 anyhow for 10, dec and 11. Li type as A and B when on computer or device, or upside down 2 and an upside down / backwards 3 when writing on paper or via stylus on tablet. Good thing RDK TV main has activated the 10-second DV, digital video, delay buffer after Canberra Lito Express show open when returning from ad break as it cuts to clock ident for 10 seconds then the DV delay. This is when CJ News 24 host hands off to the correspondent. RDK TV cuts to clock ident with slide stating the subject cannot be shown due to naked female exposing breasts behind Scott Smith, this from upgrade from tape delay, as rather than video cassette or DV tape, to be via hard disk or solid state drive. This as the subject was not shown on Trex Vision 4, in which fades to clock ident, as it would have otherwise violate RBMCA rule, as I check Gaia 7. From Bartontown in Gaia Land in RDK 3000 TriStar television service Gaia feed in which gets relaunched 24 hours ago. Xylem casting RDK TV main from Elite City, also was not shown as rather than showing nudity, shows the clock ident instead. This is Irio scripter must ask, for use N scripter. I do note DG Square and Elite City Elitosat Ballroom nightclub when I visit Elite City 5 years ago toward end of 2019 to 2020. Now becomes one venue under different name? Yes, as it was previously called as DG Square Elitosat, now as Elito Plaza Center. That is a more meaningful name for the complex, Zen. Anyhow I do note also a place for swimming? Yes, as that is Trex Water Park across the street behind the Latino restaurant and the outlet store. What is it? Alarm 6, in Spanish, El Alarma 6, and Delta 6. We call it by the acronym A6 and D6. Is it like Taco Bell, an Elitopian version of A6? More than that. Does it serve chili? Irio love to check it out but hadn't able to due to time. Yes, it serves chili, although you prefer mild, and nachos and tacos? Yes. I do not like it when it's spicy hot. This is we to take a walk around Elito Plaza Center. Who manages the place? Jared Raystar and Richard Jinx Zion. Anyhow, I heard from Sarah J.D. Crypter from RDKCJP. The topless female that led to auto-censor on Elito News 24 Deck Mill was wrestled down by Scott Smith and off-cam as the correspondent told Scott on how Scott deals with the incident as RDK TV Xylem casts Elito News 24 Deck Mill in which Xylem casts to Trex Vision 4. RDK Gaia TV and Gaia 7 as Gaia 7 delivered news update in the Gaia 7 Action News' 5 Things Afternoon edition. The female gets arrested by local police for indecency exposure. Elito News 24 Deck Mill? It was used to be ELN 24 back then. This before the renaming in late 2020 as Elito News 24 then renaming in 2023. I wonder how the graphics package looks like now, compared to the one 5 years ago. I do note, the sidebar should be used for the news information just like Bloomberg or CNBC in the AV or Elito Money or Gaia Finance, or 24-hour news channel in Gaia, Gaia 24, or Neopets/Neopian version Neopia 24, and the one used in Zwinky. CNN using the altered graphics package inspired from the one in AV in 2010, CNN or since 2014 in Metaverse, Roblox News Channel or the one in this verse, starting today, in Savage City out west, Rococo TV.
This is it also to be on Canbernet International News Merfertion, also keep Lion Kingdom and Wheel.
Why the auto-mute?
I mean Eltopolis.
Some Canbordians call as Elitopia as Huiltopolis, most drop the WHE as it becomes Eltopolis, as the W word cannot be used as per RDKTSR code also policy on Elitotronics Telemedia when using subject on air as it to yield auto-mute by system. Some use the pre-recorded voiceover in replacement being proper word or recognized alternate. However I must note the current time, 13:32 as I must set time zone on my watch on secondary time zone as primary is set to GST, Gaia Standard Time. This is midnight Canberra time is 1400 hours here and 0000Z is 1900 hours, what? No wonder why Gaia 7 to also showcase the tele countdown, as with RDK TV, this is I heard Trexer getting excited at EDA, also at Trex Vision 4 in Trex City, Trex Land. Does it even gets to be shown on the TV at Elito Plaza Center? Only at Elito NYE Central. I heard, is it within the EDA? Used to, until mid-2024, as it's relocated above the nightclub. And what is the Alito DG Arena? Esports Arena. I knew it. Irio Scripter must note, it was used to be part of DG Square as standalone pre-merger, then becomes Esports Arena section post-merger. Game on. I am Raymond Blake, from Alito GRESP. Wait a minute. It was used to be Game TV in last visit in late 2019. When did it get renamed? By the way, I am Rio Scripter, cousin of Zen Scripter, from RDK 3000 TriStar. 2021 to Alito Gamer ESP, late 2024 to Alito GRESP. And why there is no watch party of the sim racing at the EDA? There is to be a special sponsored gaming event, to be some esports, but do not, repeat, do not announce that to your colleagues until at least 1:45. The teams involved to be Elite City Galaxy, who won yesterday's Synergy Olympics 2024, EY1024 Grand Finals, defeating Cloud Deck. What is Cloud Deck? Esports team based in Altronic City.
Yes, Raymond Blake, as I am being team captain. Tronionic, Eric Alftronatrab. Born and raised in Alftronic City, as I reside in Alftronic City. For you, Rio, this is 208,333 Trokins, or 5 hours after the new Canbor year, to be the Tronic Diamond New Year of TDE 2002 in conjunction to the new Elite Year EY1025. However, for the match, Elite City Galaxy to compete against Team Rio, as Cloud Deck needs you, Rio, to confirm the roster lineup.
You heard Tronionic, Elite City Galaxy, and Team Rio. It is confirmed. Ugh. I do apologize, I have to get going, sorry.
I am Tronionic, Eric Alftronatrab from Cloud Deck Esports, in behalf, as I am authorized to do this. We have to pass you an important and urgent programming notice. This for Aerovision. Today's episode of VWGT needs to conclude, as Aerovision has been requested by Alito GRESP to Silimcast Game Day Live today as swiftly as possible. VWGT Extra on Aerobreeze also needs to conclude, as Aerobreeze shall Silimcast Aerovision regarding Alito GRESP GDLT due to mode of event. VWG2N and VWG2N Extra to be preempted. The VWGT host has been reassigned to cover for the event for Alito GRESP Game Day Live today and to be back in the new year. In behalf of Alito GRESP and Aerovision and the parent company, Patters EDZ Trinity and Alito Tronics Telemedia, also the fellows at Aridopian Broadcast Media and Ion Neo Media Corporation, wishing those a splendid new year of 2025. EY1025 and TDE 2002.
Princess Omega, we must note that not only Canbor D City and center west of Canbor D Federation Republic, also all of Korhatapia, western side of Irikoshiel and Sikapo 7, New Opalian and Unity Island, and North Dianzi plus New Smurfataya and Mytookian Islands to be ringing in KB.P20 in 2025, Canberra Alito, Ilitopian Territorial State, also to usher in 2025 at the top of the hour at 0:00 over there, being 1400 hours Elite City, 79.1 EMT and 1900 TRX December 31st, 2024 and Mu 30th, EY1024 just 5 hours to the new Elite Year EY1025.
Yes, a little wizard. Anyhow, take note, as I note on the TV, some sort of Rio experience to occur at 13:45 and 36 seconds. Final Choi toward 2025 in Canberra Alito, also year 20 on regional calendar of Canbor D Federation Republic, also 2025 in Korjatopia, in which is only area in Tronic Diamond Union using time zone of 5 hours east of Universal Time.
I Alito Wizard do note, as I knew it to be held at the EDA, this being 78.1 EMT and 66 and 1876 TRX and 0. Mike R. Zaniels, Alito Wizard. Are you sure it's at 13:45:36? I'm Mark Z. Crypter, cousin Mark Zaniels, Raptor from RDK 3000 TriStar must confirm. Yes, thank you. Well, there goes VWGT, Farah, Corey Z. Crypter, Corey Zanders, stop DVR of Aerovision VWGT. Raptor, DVR is in use for Canberra Alito Express special on Alito News 24 Deck Mill. I did not knew that you recording the coverage for new Canberra year, Corey. Yes, Mark. This is for you brothers Ion Zaniels. You must stop DVR operation of VWGT immediately. The show gets cut short airing Alito GRESP Game Day Live today. If recording on Aerovision, you could have end up recording esports once it begins at 13:45 and 36, and if confirmed, on your DVR in your room. As family room DVR is in use to record ePre on Alito speed, as my DVR at my room at the Zaniels is recording RDK TV RDK Countdown Watch, and one at my office at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ recording Alito News 24 Deck Mill.
Mark Zaniels, there is no program being recorded on my DVR at this time, but one is armed this evening for the new Elite Yuri Y1025 coverage on RDK TV, in which being the Silemcast Elito News 24 Dec Mil 24 EH.
Good. Consider reprogram to record entire show, it to start after RDK 3000 TriStar Today Blitz, at 1600 hours, 4 o'clock p.m. this afternoon.
In fact, to do it soon. However, I must take our cousins Daniel and Rex Zaniels to Aledo NYE Central. This is for you, Rex and Daniel. We'd head to the Aledo NYE Central before 1:45. Okay, Zion.
Make sure to provide ear protection for Daniel and Rex because the audibles may be very loud once clock strikes 1400 hours. 2 o'clock p.m. maybe eye shielding like goggles or shades. Do be quick, it's 13:39. 1:39 p.m. and after 12 seconds. Also do mind the siren if esports at EDA is confirmed, start at 13:45, 1:45 p.m. and 36 seconds. Too bad, Elito NYE Central is at fire code limit, no wonder I get turned away. This is the last event in the prior hour for Kiplayan Quarter Sentinel, also at fire code limit, in which event gets expanded to Club Elito Suki, however went to fire code limit, in which gets expanded to the EDA. This as they take it seriously to avoid overcrowding, however they do provide the feed from Elito NYE Central that gets allowed to show on the televisions at Elito Plaza Center, as EDA now mentioning the other event after 1:45. I must note, even Elito News 24 Dec Mil, RDK TV, Chronos, and JinxNet didn't mention on subject yet. This as they are covering other subject, being the countdown to the new Canberra year KB.P20, as it's approaching 11:45 p.m. KBTS. This in addition to 2025 in Korhatapia and western half of Maitoukian Island, western side of Irichihile and Sikapo 7, western side of Unity Island. And Canberra Elito, where I was born then resided in later years in Elite City, Elitopia. Well, actually unders they can control until 2005, EY 1005, as I was born in 2000, EY 1000 as I marked K Elito Kanswachi, 24. Have cousins residing in Canbordi Federation Republic, mainly in Canbordi City, also here in Elite City, mainly at city's west side, and one at Canalito City, Canberra Elito. Oh boy, esports. Game on. Elite City Galaxy and Team Rio? Anyhow, timing is quite odd. One choi warning toward new Canberra year. This when the esports match start, at 1:45 p.m. and 36 seconds, 11:45 p.m. KBTS and 36 also time in Silver City, Korhatapia, in which I do have my friend who's born in Elite City, however visiting Silver City, Korhatapia, who won yesterday's Synergy Olympics 2024 Grand Final, who defeat Cloud Deck. They compete against opponent in which I to say, but first they compete in best of 9, in a special sponsored esports match, in Counter-Strike Striker 2 and Z-Fuel, ZGR. Esports Gamer Battle New Year's Blitz 2024 to 2025 is for the opponent, Team Rio being the ones I suggested to the organizer, with the teams in which being ones talented I pick with assistance with cousins NS Cryptor, who he's part of Team R3T, in addition to Trexer, Rex Z Cryptor.
This as it gets confirmed to RDK News Live. This is Code A. GR is in force as well. Aerovision Silemcasting Elito GRESP and VWGT hosts reassigned this as we didn't learn of subject until now, as we must pass you a programming alert. Due to the matter as Game Day Live Today airing starts at 13:30 RDK ELC on Aerovision, as today's episode of VWGT needs to prematurely end, and VWGT Extra on Aerobreeze also to conclude. This as we learn, VWG2N and VWG2N Extra to be pre-empty.
This is Jinx Vision since 1332 terminates Silemcast of VWGT and hands off to JinxNet Silemcast. Speaking of Jinx Vision, the channel to Silemcast Elito Sports this evening for the match 2 of the EFL New Year's Blitz 2024-2025, EY 1024-1025 concerning football. This is first quarter wraps up. Score tied at 7 as other TV gets tuned from esports to football.
And that is me, Steve Blake, who changed the channel to Elito Sports 2, however tickets for both football matches get sold out.
Yes, Steve, we would have head to the Elito GR bar or the Blitz, but it's quite busy. We would have spectate some esports or football while having food. This is we to head to the EDA but to head to another area but in a few. However, why you carry that football? Is it a playable one or a collector's item?
This is a collector's item that I have from 2 years ago when I showed it to Mark Zaniels and Corey Zanders on December 31st, 2022. No wonder they've been on the job for 2 years at RDK 3000 TriStar. Anyhow, I also have this year's one, but it's in my car as with last year's football.
Football? Are you talking about football aka soccer, or gridiron football? Bear in mind I reside in Webchesterfield visiting Elite City for today. In Webchester, football refers to soccer.
Gridiron football.
Noted, coverage also gets aired on WBC Sport on Elite City Thunderdogs and opponent. This being Savage City EVOS, what surprises me, new Kanbor year to occur during second quarter, one of the football player from the EVOS, who was born Cambodian as Kapan back then, residing in Elitopia in which needs some attention to the league.
How do you know?
Noted the other television. Also I do note RDK TV, on the screen, regarding coming up ident on RDK TV with mention for Trex Vision 4 to Trex City, Trexland, also the same for hockey game as one of the Costa Aero Costas, but this before the puck drop, so no issues at the hockey game but during practice. One hockey player was born Cambodian residing in Trexland in Costa Aero.
Thank God, no one in the roster for Team Rio in the esports match who was born Cambodian, otherwise it would result disastrous. You know, they compete against Elite City Galaxy, Best of 9, Counter-Trex Striker 2.
Since when?
4 minutes ago at 1:45 p.m. and 36 seconds, this in special sponsored Z Fuels EGR match.
This being 1945 Webchesterfield time, where I reside as I am Mitchell Zandazaka, cousin of Patrick Dam Zakakar, and Raymond Z Cryptor of RDKATR formerly as RDKWB. I am 30 and reside in Webchesterfield, Webchester in the city's west side. Not only Webchester, also Muni Kingdom to usher in the new year of a .MWN 852 in Muni Kingdom in KBE 227 and Webchester for 2025. A week from then to be Orthodox Christmas, and in 2 weeks time, Orthodox New Year, and 2 weeks after that, Lunar New Year of Wood Snake. This is fireworks to sound off not only for the New Year of 2025, also for Orthodox New Year in Webchesterfield and across Webchester, and for the Lunar New Year, but confined to the Chinatown, Japantown and Koreatown district. Even Little Viet district in Webchester may be some, but not as frequent in other areas including downtown.
I do note, also for Elite City for the Lunar New Year as well, January 29th, 2025. Anyhow, this is you have met Steve Blake, now he's heading to the Blitz, as I am Mark K. Alito Kenswachi, I reside in Elite City but was born in Gonalito City, Canberra Alito, formerly Kapsa City's Watchki, Swath before 2005, as I am 24.
This is RDK 3000 TriStar today. I am Chris K. Cryptor.
And I am Mark E. Cryptor, broadcasting live and direct from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center over at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia.
We are powered up always on all RDK networks, television, radio, streaming and more. The latest at this hour.
Thank God that RDK Newsline correspondent arrived, as I had to cover for him at least temporary until Max SD Cryptor arrives. This is I am in my car now and start the ignition and to drive off, however must mind detours in place due to certain streets closed including Alito Square for New Canberra Year Countdown and watch parties of not one but 2 esports matches each of different types, one at Alito Sphere and other at the EDA. While I head off to one area then park. Upon learning the other duodecimal metric system, primal, 2 tims equal 1 timeless, I must note 5 minutes is prime, 25 seconds is tick being dozenth and groventh of hour, the measurement, graphute equals to close to a foot, 29.568 centimeters, about 3 do, 36 lengthels. As a lenghel is about 8.2 millimeters, a groven, or 144 of these is 118.11 centimeters, close to 1.2 meters, 46.5 inches, over 3¼ graphutes, and 12 times of these, equal to 558 inches, 46.5 feet, 14.1732 meters. And 3 do 3.L256 dec 7 graphutes or 47.933781 graphutes is for speed. Velocitel in prime equals to a little over a kilometer per hour, 1.02047004 on approximate, about 0.634 miles per hour. 0.61228224 kinonitros per choi and about 2.891 ciomatros per trocant in Elitopian and Tronic diamond measurement systems, whereas a vel in TGM equal to a little over 6 velocitels, 6.131 kilometers per hour, 3.81 miles per hour, 16.7 ciometros per trocant, 3.679 kilonitros per choi on approximate. This as I drive this custom-made car, this inspired to the car I check out in Guyur Rally, Trek's mashup of the Scion XB first and second gens but in black and custom rims, although it's not a Scion, it's the 2025 Trixie Rio, PHEV, although the analog stock speedometer shows kilometers per hour. Thanks to the fellows at NOS this morning, I swap out the default template and put in the dual unit speedo and have the digital aftermarket speedometer equipped in which it's set to kilometers per hour, also aftermarket gear indicator, in which shows when vehicle is in EV operation when driving, otherwise show the gear except when in park, reverse or neutral, as I have this pocket mate mounted on the car dash showing the vehicle info at a glance beside the analog ones adjacent. However I slide the screen, it becomes speedometer and odometer and TGM and primeline duodecimal, however with upside down 2 and 3 for 10 and 11 rather than A and B or X and E, as it also have other screens including energy flow, power, and fuel consumption, sporty style tachometer, rev lights, even a compass. When driving, I to do hand goose tours, left hand for pocket mate, right hand for certain vehicle functions, or voice command, or this knob currently configured for volume, however it also acts as gear selector when press and hold. The car is a 1.6-liter turbocharged inline-4 with electric motor between engine and 6-speed automatic transmission, being automated manual and 4-wheel drive, second electric motor in the rear. Konnichiwa. Ichigo Alito Starcup challenge you in a race at Zen Speedway. No. Irio S. Cryptor refuse the challenge, choose someone else you know to challenge, I have other things to do.
Well, one thing differs from the celebrations from here in Elite City, also in Kanbordi City and Silver City, Corgitopia to Alftronic City and Omnistar. This is the fireworks to go off 5 zeniths after midnight in Kanbordi, being 800 Kia Trocants for new Kanbor year. Tronic style, as we have 10,000 Trocants crossing 790 kts, meaning final zenith to 1400 local, 0-100 kbts. This being 1357 local, 2357 kbts and SBC.
Yes, I'm a last one standing. Anyhow, Tronianic from Cloud Deck Esports. This is we are ahead over Elite City Galaxy, leading 4-2 in round 7 in map 1, damn. Last one eliminated by Thunder in 1v1. Our lead is cut by 1, 4-3 Team Rio, into round 8.
Try harder this time, don't give up, although it was like close. $80 meters, 200 nitro pass to make a touch, intercepted by Thunderdogs number 40, robbing the Evos of the touchdown. He's running toward the Thunderdogs side, 200, 150, center field, 100, 75, 50, oh my god, such unbelievable action by Savage City Evos. Whistle and 1, 2, 3, oh my god, multiple flags, likely numerous penalties for the Evos. Timeout called by the Thunderdogs. The first timeout of the half for Elite City. How does it happen? This with 8:59 on the game clock in second quarter as subject occurred at 9:01 on game clock with Thunderdogs player number 40 almost scored a touchdown at the whistle.
This occurring at 2 o'clock p.m. Elite City in 0 seconds, this is its straight at midnight KBTS, first Spriggan KB.P20, this possibly timed to the new Canberra, led by number 20, Canberra, for the Evos, who was born in Canberdian City residing in Savage City he over-celebrated. Then the Evos players on the field, then those the bench entire roster over-celebrating new Canberra year, leading to timeout called by the Thunderdogs. Here's the ref making the calls.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, Evos, number 40, number 70, number 60, number 55, number 2, number 99, number 7, number 8, number 2, number 64, number 65, number 84, number 9, number 6, number 11, number 90, number 75, number 22, and coaches.
Take note, helmets are mandatory. This is for you Verwatuki, you should have brought out your helmet, wear it and strap on. What are you doing?
Ichigo, I am watching over the skies, to the west. We might need to reschedule the friendly race to a later day. This as there are dark rain clouds coming in, as it'll gonna rain. Although won't be heavy or concerning as it to be within advisory levels and below warning level, as I heard report on car radio.
Since when, Verwatuki?
In past minute, rainfall advisory is issued for Elite City. 30 to 35 millimeters of rainfall per event is expected. It's a Type L advisory. Oh no, Level 1 Amber Rainfall Warning Type S gets issued. 40 millimeters of rain per hour over the course of 20 minutes. Wind gusts to 50 to 60 kilometers per hour in the heavier rain. Then to east to gusts to 40 kilometers per hour ending by 6 o'clock p.m. just in time for the fireworks for New Muni Year. However, would still be slight breezy but not concerning to halt the fireworks for the New Muni Year then New Elite Year.
40 millimeters per hour, duration of 20 minutes. 40 multiply by a third, 12 to 15 millimeters. Then further 15 to 20 millimeters over the course of 100 minutes. Yeesh, we better postpone it to this weekend. Weather is more favorable on Saturday, this is in the next week. To be chilly and rainy as the coldest temperature is to be forecasted onward eastern Trex land, Blitz Dinosanian, eastern Eritopia, and eastern Neoionica with temperatures falling to like -10 degrees Celsius to -20 degrees Celsius reaching as far south as Costa Aero to be single digits below zero while in Elite City, Trex City, and those immediate west, and far eastern Blitz Dinosania, in single digits above zero, with clouds and rain. With some mixed precipitation of rain and snow in certain days and nighttime.
Yes, This is it to be 1 degree Celsius a week from today on January 7, 2025 with rain and snow showers with some sun and clouds. And snow flurries overnight temperatures below zero with some freezing drizzle, not freezing rain, as it results in less than 0.1 millimeters of ice, several to dozens to couple tens of microns, enough for dangerous road conditions. Heard from the race official. The race is called off due to weather although it hasn't rained yet, as we are not on the track. Put on your raincoats and get your sturdy umbrellas. As for you Wawatuki, make sure the rooftop on your Desol is put on. We to head downtown and drive with extreme caution as the roads to be wet and visibility reduced and headlights on. It's the law, and obey detour routes due to Alito NY East with street closures. Do not, repeat, do not conduct shortcut and such, as it would yield a traffic jam. This is it's close to rush hour as it's nearing 4 o'clock p.m. as we to head somewhere to eat.
Thank goodness for enclosed parking at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ as it's quite breezy, also chilly, also raining pretty good. However, I do not have my raincoat at hand, but I am dry since I am at enclosed lot. This is the entrance to the RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ is just within walking distance with enclosed walkway. It's a good thing I came prepared, as I had to rush to Gamer Corner just to put on my rain slacks, rain boots, and raincoat, and grab my umbrella also to query the status of the E-Prix and the other esports match. Map 3 gets underway, tied score at 1. This is Kraken maintains the lead after round 4.
You beast.
Not only Costa 7 and Costa Aero gets shut down, Costa X, Channel 10 and Costa Zeno, Xenopolia gets investigated as in an abundance of caution. Elitotronics Telemedia spins off Costa 8 as Costa 8 production is now based in Savage City by Network in which also owns Rococo TV. As Costa 8 is also to be investigated into. However, the two networks, Costa X and Costa 8 have ties to Costa Media. This is for you Trexer. I Zen Z Crypter must inform you, Trexer, that if an event Costa 8 gets oofed, Elitopia will relitate and either annex Northern Trexland or have Eritopia or Neoionica annex that region to become part of Neoionica or Eritopia in part or whole, anyhow to be part of Elitopia. Eritopia and / or Neoionica otherwise urge Trexland to become fully independent and suggest be part of Tronic Diamond Union under TDU, while Southern Trexland would have be folded to of Xenopolia or be independent.
Yeesh, how about Central Trexland, including the area that gets destroyed by tornado on August 25, 2024, Troniford, Crake, Trexland?
It would have be under Blitz Dinosian control, maybe some part under Xenopolian control, or be independent.
If Trexland becomes independent, would it split into 3 regions, or be as a whole country?
Unsure, it would be up to its government or as a referendum. However, if northern part becomes part of Elitopia, then it would be likely as Trex City as whole to be folded into Elite City, in this case, in which the RDK-TSR operations in Redrex Tower to be moved to RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ in Elite City. Maybe Trex Media to be merged with Elitotronics Telemedia, maybe name as Elitotrex Media.
This is I would to sell the house on Trixie Street and to move to the Xylostars Suites on Elitotronics Street if that happens. This is I would have shut down R8664 Studios operations, but since RDK Gaia being restarted, this is I Rex Z Crypter, Trexer, Rex Xylostar. To hand over the throne of virulations of R86/64 Studios to you, Ryo S Crypter, Trexero, Ryo Sarbardan Gambina. Division Leader of RDK 3000 TriStar Gaia Unit Division for Head Operations of R86/64 Studios and contribute to its handles on social media and Zavenitart and monitor the esports subjects even in Altverse. Get in touch of RDK Gary's Mod, Minecraft. Habbo and Second Life Division Leaders toward first several weeks of 2025 as you must note the Trex calendar structure. This is it to be effective 1st of Alphapria Rex TX.Y25 as today is 30th Charquaterix TX.Y24. This sure surprises me, Ryo S Crypter. This is I Trex Aero Note, in over a Trixie, in which I to rename as the crown to be more meaningful. This is it okay that I to be still in this outfit? Yes, this is you can still be in the outfit you still be wearing. This is I Trex Aero to be introducing the duodecimal Ryo timekeeping, also give the Trixie timekeeping an overhaul, still keeping the 10 crown a day. What? I Zen S Crypter must note, this to be based off what? The hour, and if Trexland gets annexed to Elitopia, Blitz Dinozania and / or Xenopolia, and / or gains independence and splits into new countries in part or whole, and if Trexcal is no longer used, I to give it a reform. I Rex X Crypter from RDK 3000 TriStar Canbordi, Ryo S Crypter, I must note, would it to be same structure as with Canbordi and Spinelian duodecimal calendar? You must give explicit permission to Cloakuptech and the creators Aileen Relixina to use the Trex Ryo variant. No, it to use the pattern that is different than said system, it will be strictly solar based. However, I Ryo also note, Xenopolian government has issued ultimatum to Robalalan stating that southern Trexland to be eliminated of blocks control and annexed to Xenopolia as they told their allies Elitopia and Blitz Dinozania also Tronic Diamond Union to take action towards central and northern Trexland or urge Trexland to become fully independent, if Costa X gets oofed, in Xenopolian soil as its violation of TDU and international law. We welcome back to the program. I am Mark E. Cryptor and this is Chris K. Cryptor over at Studio RDE.
We to return back to VWGT in a moment, but we must catch up on developing news as we at RDK Newsline are following a developing story to pass to you from overnight.
And we welcome back to VWGT, Virtual World and Gaming today on Aerovision. I am Robert James.
I am Mark J. Phelps.
I am Melissa Katzenschen.
We are broadcasting live at Elitotronics Telemedia in Elite City, Elitopia. iShaker must note the fellow passed away overnight last night, at 0:30 at the hospital in Blitzdinozania. This is its election season in Blitzdinozania as campaigning gets suspended due to this, the group responsible being Islamic State of Blitz. This is Blitzdinozanian Army and the Air Force dropped a MOAB onto them onto remote part of Blitzdinozania in response. All the terrorists were killed and the facilities destroyed, as this puts a nail onto ISB however advertently affected one of the road resulting in landslide leading to road closures and morning traffic jam. I do note on VWGT, the esports match in subject Cloud Deck and RCEC, charity match for victim relief of the New Year's attack. I'm Mickey Daniels, Mickey D. Cryptor, Shaker from RDK 3000 TriStar with my colleagues some being former teammates of Elite City Shock / Cryptor / Sentinels / Rebellion now as ELC Galaxy, in which some is part of RDK 3000 TriStar to being it to action. Good idea, Shaker as I Mark X Cryptor, Mark Zarkshaw, EV to inform the squad owners, the squad including Hydrox however the squad is in the macro car driven by Hydrox, as with squad parents as with the three amigos, Raptor, Farah, the Blitz 8. The Trinities in such an effort to make the Cloud Deck and Rio City Esports Club to be a charity match, due to the importance of today's development and the event toward the past week. This in addition to the Slackers, and Trek's friends who are now Elitopian immigrants, also Trexer and his crew is with fellow on the TV, Corey Trax Zion as you met with him in past hour. Yes, this as he said, he is kind to squad in diapers, RD Trex kids.
One thing to note, the word cup in the tournament name, first letter must be K, not see this as it must be in Camberlish form. Anyhow some matches of the Cambor Esports Cup is also to be charity matches for the Blitzdinozanian attack on New Year's Day. I am Corey Traction reporting for VWGT.
That's quick remarks from them, as we hand off back to SE Stars Plays for showcase of Jack Paul Simulator 25X. Wait a minute. Where did SE Stars Plays go? He must have left with his gear with him. And where did Mark J. Phelps and Melissa Katzenzian go? Good thing I Robert James, being main host of VWGT am still around, however we must need to determine where Mark JP and Mel K off to, as with SE Stars Plays, this as we recall esports match to be held today, in friendly announced this morning, Cloud Deck vs Rio City Esports Club. To be held at Elito DG Arena in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia, to compete in Raid X, the match to occur this evening at 7 o'clock p.m. Elite City, 00.0 EMT, 0000 TRX, as we walk to RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center. To meet with SE Stars Plays' brother Mark E. Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar, he may have information on whereabouts of SE Stars Plays, Mark JP and Mel K. Yes Robert James. I am Mark E. Cryptor, Mark Elitistar, from RDK 3000 TriStar over at RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center at Studio RDE, over at RDK 3000 TriStar main headquarters in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia. This is in the prior few to couple moments, Scott Elitistar has since went across Studio RDE as with the two of the VWGT hosts. This as Scott told me, the esports match of RCEC and Cloud Deck is being pushed forward to begin at the top of the hour at 1400 hours RDK, ELC. This as I heard from my colleague Jared B. Cryptor at EDA, he told me that Melissa Katzenzian and Mark J. Phelps are also at EDA since past moments. I Robert James must add, we learn, some of the VWGT crew and of course Elito GRESP crew are also at the EDA. We at VWGT and fellows Elito GRESP also confirm that the match gets rescheduled early to the top of the hour, at 2 o'clock p.m. Elite City. Yes, this as it also gets confirmed by RDK Newsline. To recap the news update, the esports match Gamer Battle of Rio City Esports Club and Cloud Deck is rescheduled early as it is now slated to occur at the top of the hour at 1400 hours RDK ELC, 79.1 EMT, 1900 TRX this afternoon. They to compete in best of 5 and Raid X as it gets moved forward from 1900 hours RDK ELC, 00.0 EMT, 0000 TRX. To repeat, the esports match Gamer Battle of Rio City Esports Club and Cloud Deck is rescheduled early as they to compete in best of 5 and Raid X as it gets moved forward from 1900 hours RDK ELC, 00.0 EMT, 0000 TRX, advancement of 5 hours early to occur at the top of the hour at 1400 hours. RDK ELC, RDK 3000 TriStar clock time and Elite City time, 2 o'clock p.m. on the 12-hour clock system, 79.1 EMT, Elite metric time, 1900 TRX, tracks time, 7:55, 7:04 DOZA 7 SGT and 7:91 DECI this afternoon, on Wednesday, January 8, 2025, Pentdiz, Alpha 8th, Elite Year UI 1025, Elite Day 007, and Quarta de Saint Azai Swift Day, Alpha Pre-Rex 8th, Trex Year TX.Y25, 1900 hours UTC. This is now a special sponsored esports match from Z-Fuel and ZGR. To repeat, this is now a special sponsored esports match from Z-Fuel and ZGR, as it's to be called as Z-Fuel, ZGR Esports Gamer Battle Ice Star Siege, 2025, EY 1025. We now learn, best of 9, previously, best of 5. To repeat, now a best of 9, previously best of 5. I just got told by Debbie Zion, Robert James has told Derek V. Crypter and which informed me, Mark E. Crypter, he also heads off to the EDA to be joined with Mark J. Phelps and Melissa Katzen Zion.
I am Chris K. Crypter. Jakur, Chris Kystar joining in. This is We Learn from Tracy V. Crypter, Tweety, Tracy Phelps, who she talked to brother Mark J. Phelps. They to report live from the EDA at My Bad, they get reassigned to cover the match. This is an RDK 3000 TriStar television service and Aerovision programming alert. Today's episode of Virtual World and Gaming Today needs to prematurely end. This is We Learn. The VWGT hosts has been reassigned to cover for the esports match of RYO City Esports Club and Cloud Deck Esports through Elito GRESP Game Day Live today. This is there are no substitute hosts available, as VWGT production to be short-staffed as they get reassigned to cover for Elito GRESP today's episode of VWGT Extra on Aero's streaming channel Aero Breeze, to also conclude.
This in wake of the popularity of the match as it gets trending within passing minute. Due to the mode and stats, to be like contested, VWG2N and VWG2N Extra to be preempted for tonight, as the hosts to be back for tomorrow's show. For Trony Explosive Vision, KBESP Deck, Ion Neo GR Vision and Aero ESP Net, we hand off to esports coverage from Regional View. For Jinx Vision, we hand off to Jinx Net.
For Aero Breeze Aero streamers, we hand off to Elito GRESP Game Day Live today Silimcast. As for Aerovision and RDK 3000 TriStar television service viewers, RDK 3000 TriStar today is up next. I must have note the RDK 3000 TriStar Television Studio Productions closing idents aired at the same time upon conclusion of VWGT. Aerovision and Aerobreeze used the Type Bravo while the Type Alpha gets used on RDK TV, custom ones for others. However, both gets updated as I do note. Trex Sign Industries gets renamed to Rio Sign Industries and relocated to RYO City. Riopia just a 20-minute drive north from Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia and a 15-minute drive from the former location in what used to be Trex City, Trexland, now as Elite City's Trex District, as I Corey Traction must ask, Rex Traction, Rex T. Crypter, Trax Rex, what is Elito Tech and Ryzen's responsibilities for distribution?
This to be distributed to networks towards certain markets including Webchester and Taxico in addition to certain parts of Canberra World Zone.
Since when?
After the Altronic Metric Millennium, in 2021, EY1021. iRIO-S Cryptor must add, also gets distributed to Omega Sigma Delta Technologies, for the satellite TV service, signed direct in which covers most of Guyuland including Durham, and Rio Durham Ward.
This directly from Alito Tech Industries?
No, this from Rio Sign Tech.
Since my brother Robert Traction have his Kinka, I Corey Traction have the Rex.
Oh my god. What powers this thing?
It have 3 electric motors, 2 in front, 1 in rear.
Electric? What is the battery capacity?
Around 32 kilowatt hours. Thus is a PHEV, plug-in hybrid.
Where is the gasoline engine? I Kinka do note the exhaust in the rear. Straight pipe?
No, it have a muffler. You may be wondering the engine in the front, but it's a frunk with the charging cable. However, it also fits a person as in prior moments. Robert Traction went into the frunk as he came out. There's a button to open it from inside also to close, as the engine is in the rear.
Yes, Corey as I Robert also note, you also put your duffel bag there?
Yes, Robert. Anyhow, the engine is a 2.0-liter inline-4 twin-turbo supercharged and drives all 4 wheels with clutches and transmission. The drivetrain powering front wheels can be unclutched as it can power using the 2 electric motors up front, 1 per each wheel, with torque vectoring, while rear electric motor powers the rear with the engine. There is a secondary rear electric motor in the rear between engine and transmission, however also acts as a generator, so it can run as series hybrid, or parallel hybrid or power split, with the Rextronic transmission being direct shift. Toroidal direct CVT. 7-speed dual-clutch auto with manual shift and ECVT with planetary gear set.
Where to fuel up?
In the rear, flip down the license plate. There is a fuel door as the Rex runs on gasoline, ethanol and LP gas. By fuel, there is a lock in the engine compartment area to lock the fuel door and prevent from opening.
Where to charge up once battery gets low?
Once battery gets low, it reverts to hybrid mode and engine switches on except on low speeds. Otherwise, charge door is next to rear passenger door. There are 2, 1 per each side.
This is we must not forget on the developing story in Blitz Dinozonia out east from overnight, as the news of its Prime Minister's death as he suffered life-threatening injuries in wake of New Year's attacks in Blitz Dinozonia and mourning period extended. The match is to be a charity match indeed. As it kicked off in past minute, with relief efforts to the victims with donations toward the Tronic Diamond Red Cross, some to Elitopian Red Cross, some to Ryopian Red Cross as well. The amount to be in Tronic Diamond Sickles is per request by Cloud Deck. This is a best of 9, first of 5, in Raid X. This is a special sponsored competition esports match gamer battle of Z-Fuel and ZGR of the Ice Star Siege 2025, EY1025. This coverage is sponsored by Z-Fuel, ZGR, Emalgotek G Canbordi, Gonzoni, Dron GR, Kiptel, Troni Microsoft, Samsung, Sign Series, Zazer, Sorcerer, Zio Jitek G, Grapple, Gamer Corner, Elito Cola, Rocktech, Signshare Gaming, Elito Games, Raster Gaming, and powered by Elito GRESP and Elito GRESP News 24, Deck Mill. Match gameplay coverage is always on Elito GRESP, Elito GRESP Radio 100.7, mobile app, also online with live stream and live blog, also coverage from News Talk View on Elito News 24, Deck Mill, and Elito GRESP News 24, Deck Mill, and social media, so join the conversation. Match also get live streamed on Elito Tube Gaming and Sign Tube Gaming, Switchshare, and broadcast on DivaSign.net. We are out of time for Elito Center News. I am Raymond Blade, signing off. Up next is Canberra Elito Expresses for RDK TV. RDK 3000 TriStar Today is next.
I am Derek Peterson, Division, Derek Benstar, on set producer, RDK PSRT. Match coverage is also on RDK
This is RDK 3000 TriStar Today. I am Chris K. Crypter.
And I am Mark E. Crypter, broadcasting live and direct from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center over at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia.
We are powered up always on all RDK networks, television, radio, streaming and more. The latest at this hour. Breaking weather. Ice storm warning in effect for Costa Aero and Costa Zeno, Xenopolia, winter storm warning for areas further north to Elitopian-Xenopolian border.
Developing story, former Blitz Dinosian Prime Minister has died from critical injuries suffered from New Year's terrorist attacks, campaigning suspended, mourning period extended.
Esports and gaming. Game on. RYO City Esports Club takes on against Cloud Deck in Best of 9 in Raid X in charity match for fellows affected by New Year's attacks.
We report on the developing story on former Blitz Dinosian Prime Minister's death after New Year's terrorist attack in the esports match in progress of Rio City Esports Club vs Cloud Deck in Best of 9 in Raid X in a few, as we have a severe weather alert winter storm Oliver on deck, but we must pass you quick programming alert off the top as Code ARD just been announced at 13:59 RDK ELC.
Aerovision has started the Silimcast of Elito GRESP Game Day live today. This is we have received alarm at 13:59 RDK ELC as the network was going to Silimcast RDK 3000 TriStar today, however due to the popularity of the esports match, they announce quick programming change and cut out of RDK TV and inform RDK TV since 14:01 RDK ELC. We begin with a severe winter weather alert. The Blitz Weather Center, Xenopolian Bureau of Meteorology, Tronic Diamond Weather Force, and Wix Met has issued a winter storm warning in effect for Wednesday to pre-dawn Thursday with headline highly impactful winter storm pacing a punch.
The areas affected being southeastern Xenopolia, most of Wixar, and central plus southern part of Blitzdino-Xenia. Moderate to at times heavy snow expected. Total snow accumulations by overnight of 20 to 30 centimeters. Winds could gust as high as 60 kilometers per hour, 35 kilonitros per choi. Total peak snowfall rates of 3 to 6 centimeters per hour. Significantly reduced visibility in heavy snow and blowing snow. Slippery surfaces and light ice buildup from freezing rain/drizzle. When, toward overnight until 0300 XLC, 0400 RDKELC BZD Wix. The heaviest snow is expected in the evening.
Impacts. Travel could be very difficult. If one must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in the vehicle in case of an emergency. Additional information. A potent low-pressure system will bring serious impactful winter storm to the area. Periods of snow, at times mixed with freezing drizzle, begins next hour.
Conditions will rapidly deteriorate this evening as a more significant area of snow and blowing snow arrives. Freezing rain or ice pellets may mix in with snow at times this afternoon, especially for areas near Xenopoli and Blitzdino-Xenia and Wixar border, which will impact total snowfall accumulations. Travel will be hazardous and is not recommended, particularly this evening. Rapidly accumulating snow could make travel difficult over some locations. Visibility will be suddenly reduced to near zero at times in heavy snow and blowing snow. Surfaces such as highways, roads, walkways, and parking lots may become icy and slippery.
Consider postponing non-essential travel until conditions improve. Tronic Diamond Bosai Force encourages everyone to make an emergency plan and get an emergency kit with drinking water, food, medicine, a first aid kit and a flashlight. Personnel should continue to monitor alerts and forecasts issued by BWS, XBOM, Wix Met and TDWXF.
However, one most noted of serious concern being issued by XBOM and TDWXF, being the ice storm warning that gets issued in effect until late evening. The details as follows. Significant icing and strong winds. Ice accretion of 12 to 18 millimeters. Up to 24 millimeters is possible with winds gusting as high as 80 to 90 kilometers per hour, 50 to 55 kilonitros per choi. Where, southern part of Bichi, Xenopolia.
This includes Costa Aero and Costa Zeno when. Now until 2000 RDKELC, 1900 XLC late evening impact. Power outages and tree damage are likely due to the ice. Travel could be very difficult. The hazardous conditions will greatly impact the evening commute. Additional details. Wind gusts up to 80 to 90 kilometers per hour with heavy icing is certain to bringing down tree limbs and snap power lines.
Travel is strongly discouraged. If one must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in the vehicle in case of an emergency. Prepare for power outages. It could last for days toward weeks, in which we have this development just into our DK News line, the Omni Marine and Outdoor Expo 2025 in which to be held in Costa Aero next week is to be moved to Elite City, Federal District, Ilitopia to be held same time due to the weather concerns. To repeat development coming in, the Omni Marine and Outdoor Expo 2025 is to be moved to in which to be held in Costa Aero next weekend is to be moved to Elite City, Federal District, Ilitopia to be held same day due to the weather concerns.
Not only we are following breaking weather, we also have developing news on deck as we continue to follow a developing story from Blitzdino-Xenia where the former Prime Minister of Blitzdino-Xenia has died overnight from complications of severe critical injuries suffered from New Year's terrorist attacks, and the mourning period initially to end tomorrow gets extended by additional 2 weeks.
Since the state funeral is few days close to the Lunar New Year, the Lunar New Year celebrations gets banned across Blitzdino-Xenia as a result. This results in DELCA and Elite City Police warning advising not to set off fireworks toward Ilitopia and Blitzdino-Xenia and border from Elite City, Federal District, Ilitopia to Blitzdino-Xenia, Blitzdino-Xenia on the Lunar New Year, even Lunar New Year's Eve. Oh my god. 25 millimeters of ice in Costa Aero? That is like 1 inch, over 60 kilonitros, close to 30 kilometros of ice. Since the heaviest icing to occur in afternoon, I must note wind gusts toward 90 kilometers per hour, being 54 kilonitros per choi as I tracks Rex check one source, up to 100 kilometers per hour or 60 kilonitros per choi. This to be a horrific ice storm. Yes, Rex T crypter, as I Scott ESK crypter, even strong thunder ice and thunder snow further north. Thunder ice and thunder snow? I must note being strong thunderstorms with freezing rain or heavy snow and strong winds, compared to thunder and lightning with liquid heavy rain and milder temperatures, in which brings a soaker with gusty to strong winds, non-severe, or severe with hail, maybe tornado and slash or flash flooding. Isla Tatiana must note also quite very cold, about -10 degrees Celsius, as I must note in past forecast reports. The Arctic blast must have moved eastward and temperatures here in Elite City cool but not as cold as previous forecasts. Yes, as I can note, overnight temperatures toward the weekend about 4 to 5 degrees Celsius. They do mention the Marine and Outdoor Expo being moved to Elite City from Costa Aero latter half of next week. Weather to be bright but cool, however a tad milder compared to this week, meaning shades and windbreaker jacket. Yes, however UV index is not significant, due to low sun angle.
Yes, as I Corey Traction must note. This back on December 31st, 2024 I checked before the friendly race. Forecast calls for mixed precip of rain and snow for Elite City yesterday to today, but only forecast rain and temperatures of 8 degrees Celsius. As the cold weather it gets pushed south and east in later forecasts, with ice storm most favorable in previous outlooks in Costa Zeno and Costa Aero.
Rain, how heavy?
Not too heavy, however as moderate, with some breezy winds to the northwest.
When?
According to Nowcast, in the next 5 to 10 minutes, according to the MSE, up to 30 mm per hour rainfall rate for like 20 minutes. Total amounts to 30 mm. Rainfall advisory is out for Elite City Metro. Winds to gust to 40 km per hour. So not that strong, however, ending by 1800 hours, 6 o'clock p.m.
Type S then Type L advisory?
Correct.
Corey Trax Zion, is the rooftop up on your Rex?
Yes, however I done it remotely.
That douche. Quite a rude awakening at 0500 kbts. This is I have to detour to Canberra's event as RDK can received alarm of subject at Canberra's event, this time for the new Elite Metric Quad season of EMY 374.4 and new Elite Year in Legacy Bravo. In Splix solar calendar format of EY Duoc Show Uno or 1025 occurring in Elta Polis including Elite City also Altronic City, Tronica, and Omni Diamond or Omni Star, Diamondica where fireworks are present, and celebrations but it's banned across Canberra Federation Republic, according to KBS KSO. I do learn, Canberra unions are not responsible as per report on Canberra Radio. This is it's confirmed to be their friend Canberra Lazusi, Canberdian form of Diancie who set off tornado alarms, fire alarm and intruder alarm also sets off the emergency warning sirens outside. Officer Derek Zarkers, I do note Canberra Lazusi gets arrested, and escorted out, what to be her punishment once she gets convicted in Canberdian court.
5 years in jail and up to 400,000 Canberra coin in fines in addition to 250,000 Canberra coins fee by the Canberra City Fire Department for deliberate false fire alarm.
This is we showcase the walkthrough of gameplay of Jack Paul Simulator 25 deck, next hour on VWGT on Aerovision only since RDKTV Air RDKTSRT Prime at that time as we hand off to the trios. On the Virtus Pro and Spirit, watch party at Alito G or bar I am in.
Going back to the action at ESL, I am Kato 25. The match here gets interesting. This in Altverse, in Counter-Strike 2, quarterfinals Bravo.
This is we to do a VWGT cast in next minute toward 2 o'clock, on the esports match gamer battle in AV of Team Spirit and Virtus.pro.
This after the Mongols defeats Eternal Fire 2-zip earlier in the day.
Winner of the match in progress to take on against Nerdis Vincere tomorrow in semis Bravo, as Team Vitality to compete against the Mongols beforehand.
This is always, we to provide the feed from Alito GRESP in which showcasing the feed from the source. This as it begins after 30-second ad break from sponsor, as we to be back at 2:01 PM Elite City. Stay with VWG. This is an RDK 3000 TriStar television service programming alert. I am Mark E. Cryptor from Studio RDE. As a result of the VWGT cast of the ESL, IEM, Kato Weiss 2025 of Virtus.pro and Team Spirit in semi-final Bravo in Counter-Strike 2, in AV, toward 1400 hours RDK ELC. We are terminating the Xylem cast of Aerovision's Virtual World and Gaming today as per discretion by RDK TV producers. This as the distributors KVESP Deck and Trony Explosivision were notified to terminate the Xylem cast via RDK TV, but they already terminate the Xylem cast since 1300 hours RDK ELC. Jinx Vision also learn of this as they follow suit as they Xylem cast JinxNet for remainder of the afternoon. RDK 3000 TriStar Today Blitz is up next at 1400 hours RDK ELC. I am Mark E. Cryptor signing off.
This is RDK 3000 TriStar Today. I am Chris K. Cryptor, Jakur, Chris Kaistar.
And I am Mark E. Cryptor, Mark Elitastar, broadcasting live and direct from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center over at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ in Elite City, Federal District, Ilitopia.
We are powered up always on all RDK networks, television, radio, streaming and more. The latest at this hour.
Welcome to VWGT, Virtual World and Gaming today on Aerovision. I am Robert James.
I am Mark J. Phelps.
I am Melissa Katzenschen.
We are broadcasting live at Elitotronics Telemedia in Elite City, Elitopia. Anyhow, what would you like to order? Today's special is phase wraps with drink and fries, for 3 Elios 50, 14 sickles.
Thieves Fish Meal.
We no longer have it as we used to have it before Tuesday, May 9th, 2024. Priorities, Epsilon 8th, EY 1024 ED 129. This due to Mickey's Law. This over Groven Osetek thieves' involvement in pedo acts to raccoon in diapers. This as we do not support pedo acts. As the esports team name is banned in KBE 224 indefinitely to deter support against pedo acts to furries in diapers. Related item and replacement. Optic Fish gets debuted the following week. Do you want it instead?
No. Anyhow, I would want a triple Sentinels burger with bacon and cheese deluxe in meal. As I note, it comes in fries and drink. Upgrade to cheese fries, upside to large cola, Elito Cola Zero Sugar Flavor Infusion Cherry Vanilla, side order chicken wrap, side order chicken fries supreme shea filling. Side order matzo sticks and a tall can of Z-Fuel Zero Sugar Elito Berry Punch. I must have to power it up now.
Okay, if you need to connect to Wi-Fi as you are powering up your device, the code is.
No need, as I do have it saved to device. However, must ask, is there any esports matches after this, even domestically or across Tronic Diamond Union?
One esports match in sim racing, Tronic Diamond Esports Sim Racing TDE 2002, NTS 1000.7 to 1000.8, 2025, EY 1025 season kickoff at 800 Kiotrokins, 2:12 p.m, in next minute as some TVs are tuned to the sim racing. Elito GRESP to broadcast the event in Silumcast once the other esports match in AV concludes.
I must log in as I to insert the digital physical key to the device I am using, the USB thumb drive.
The chefs are notified, they are making your meal.
You said 800, 1412?
Yes, at 2:12 p.m, competing in Altronic City.
I must note the time.
It's kicking off now. VWGT on Aero should have reported, however they are prioritizing first on your walkthrough gameplay on the video game, Jack Paul Simulator 25 deck. If you need something, let me, Steven Trex Elito, know.
This is I to await Aero's queue.
This is Jack Paul Simulator 25X released last week. This is he's at Elito GR Bar, not at the usual location. This is he to await his meal he ordered while spectating the said esports match with his friends. This in watch party, in the VIP area.
This is the previous 2 tries were axed, one due to esports reschedule of Rio City Esports Club and Cloud Deck on January 8th, and another due to breaking news on Hebrewland and Hamas deal reached 1 week later, in which result in RDKTSR roll call alarm and red alert. Both ends of VWGT episodes to be cut short. This is we to give a walkthrough gameplay of Jack Paul Simulator 25X. This is we show my desktop as I plug in the game from my drive as autorun is enabled, as the USB thumb drive is inserted just now. This says, what? I thought it runs on ZOS. Some error comes up. I may need to switch operating systems as I gonna check on the contents of the drive and app. I wonder if it's compatible with TDOS or the other one as we hand off to Mark JP, Robert J, and Mel K.
Oh dear, that was SE Stars Plays, this while he troubleshoots the issue, including to boot into TDOS. While we wait, we to start the VWGT cast again of esports in AV, Virtus.pro and Team Spirit, ESL, IEM, Kato 25 and quarterfinals B in Counter-Strike. That was Derek H.S. Crypter from RDK Newsline Huexitex at RDK 3000 TriStar Huexitex Unit Division in Hex City, Hextopolia on the road to the Huexitex New Year of 1004 XE and the prep. This is we hand off to RDK Newsline correspondent in Altronic City. Before we go to him, we must inform subject occurring now on VWGT on Aerovision. This is VWGT cast has started once again on the said esports match, Virtus.pro and Team Spirit in Altverse. This is it has started since 14:13 and 45 RDK ELC. This after the gameplay walkthrough of Jack Paul Simulator 25X by my brother SE Stars Plays, at Elito GR Bar, has went foul. This as we hand off to RDK Newsline correspondent in Altronic City on Tronic Prep for new Hue Exitex year in TDU1.
This is the 112 telephone outage emergency is ended as service is restored as new cellular towers in Costa Aero and Costa Zeno. Xenopoli are installed and is switched on as landline telephone service remain operational throughout, this after ice storm. This as Xeno cable services are also restored. Ahem. Before we continue, we must pass you follow-up on BWGT status update. The BWGT cast of the esports match in Altverse of Virtus.pro and Team Spirit is now confirmed to be converted to Elito GRESP Silimcast. To repeat, the BWGT cast of the esports match in Altverse of Virtus.pro and Team Spirit is now confirmed to be converted to Elito GRESP Silimcast. This is today's episode of BWGT needs to prematurely end, as the BWGT hosts has been reassigned to cover for Elito GRESP. This is of current. Team Spirit leads 1-0. This is once the match ends. Aerovision to Silimcast RDK 3000 TriStar television service for remainder of the afternoon toward Aero News 5 o'clock, as BWGT Extra on Aerobreeze is already preempted to devote coverage of the match in subject. The hosts to be back for tonight's BWG2N at 1800 RDK ELC on Aerovision and RDK TV.
This is its time for the break as we wrap up this hour's edition of VWG2N, Virtual World, and Gaming tonight on Aerovision. We'll be right back after ad break from sponsors. I am Robert James.
I am Mark J. Phelps.
I am Melissa Katzenschen.
And VWG2N will be right back. Stay with VWG2N. However, for RDK 3000 TriStar television service, we have to say goodbye for now as we see you back at 8 o'clock p.m. Elite City as RDK TSRT Prime is next with Marky and Zaker.
I wonder why VWG2 and Silimcast to end on RDK 3000 TriStar television service. There is no VWG2N cast planned. This the sim racing match since this afternoon is concluded. I must have to get a hold of Marky. Marky, bro, Mark Elitastar, Marky Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar. Why is VWG2 and Silimcast halted for tonight on RDK 3000 TriStar television service?
Scott Elitastar, SE Stars Plays, this due to segments involving football. For Hour 2 and Hour 3 of the show, you must note the Elito Bowl 65, 2025, EY 1025 is this Sunday evening, February 9th, 2025 and toured by ADAS, Beta 11th, EY 1025 Elite Day 040. In addition to Xenopoli and counterpart occurring an hour later.
I read the text slides on programming notice on RDK TV on the TV, also for Canberra Sports Cup 2025, and the Elitopian Gaming Convention 2025, EY 1025.
Yes, the Elito GR Con to be held at Elito Trex Center and Elite City Convention Center after midweek next week. However, one of the esports matches to be held in special, Cloud Deck vs X Gaming. Team RDK 3000 TriStar Esports will not be participating in the convention as per their discretion. Elite City Galaxy and of course Rio City Esports Club to be in attendance. This is RCEC to be renamed to name after subject after this Sunday's esports event in Altverse.
I must note, ESL, IEM, Kato 25 Grand Finals, named after esports team who wins the subject?
Yes, and / or winner of the Valorant Kickoff Tour Masters NA25, the Grand Finals to occur in late afternoon or evening before and during Elito Bowl. This is you should follow the subject as with the one I said earlier. The semis is tomorrow.
I Chris K. Cryptor heard you talking to Scott Elitastar. I have checked the results, in the ESL IEM 1. Leading to semis, Mongols and Spirit defeats Eternal Farah and Virtus Pro 2 in a row. As Vitality takes on against Mongols tomorrow morning while Navi takes on Spirit in afternoon as for the subject in Valorant. After tonight, as in lower bracket final, Sentinels defeat MIBR 3-1 after losing to G2, 2 in a row. As it's a rematch in the final of G2 and Sentinels tomorrow. This is RDK 3000 TriStar today. I am Chris K. Cryptor, Jakur, Chris Kaistar.
And I am Mark E. Cryptor, Mark Elitastar, broadcasting live and direct from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center over at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia.
We are powered up always on all RDK networks, television, radio, streaming and more. The latest at this hour.
I must give it another try, but to use a different operating system, TDOS X version 10.2, the latest, codename Razzle Dazzle. I wonder if it fixes the issue regarding the subject on TDOS X 10.2 compared to version 10.1 and before that. Good thing the feature airing after 7:15. This is the retry was axed due to BWGT episode getting cut short over esports, then Silentcast RDK TV once Spirit wins. This is we to Silentcast my screen on my new gaming universal laptop tablet hybrid combo. As I insert the USB thumb drive,
welcome back
I
to
heard the
RDK
audio
3000
cues.
TriStar
Quick
today.
virus
I
scan.
am Mark E.
Okay,
Cryptor.
the program
And
is
I am
launched.
Chris K. Cryptor. In esports and gaming plus autos and racing, in sim racing, in first match of TG Simmers in 2045, EY 1025, TD 2000T, NTS 1000.7 to 1000.8.
Chat with him now.
Ken 2000, Eric Alchronograph,
We would like to
Kraken,
welcome to the
Anvil.
viewers of
Check if
AeroVision.
BWGT
I am Mark E.
Silentcast
Cryptor and this is
affected
Chris
on
K. Cryptor
distributors.
over at
Damn,
Studio
never
RD.
mind.
Oh God. Yikes.
BWG2N episode has
BWG2N
been
episode
terminated.
terminated. Stand by for a programming alert.
We have a programming alert to the viewers at AeroVision in their behalf as AeroVision, who told us at RDK 3000 TriStar to inform you the following, that tonight's episode of BWG2N needs to conclude. This due to on-air incident regarding nudity that tripped off the Elitotronics telemedia auto sensor that result in RDK TSR code T.
This blamed on some DELCA feed and advertly aired that shown an obscene ad from travel agency from Rio City, Riopia on tropical beach scene when female appeared showing breasts that led to auto sensor that yields RDK TSR code VT flag. This is we learned. Also shown on monitors of BWG2N Studios as the BWG2N producer looked at the breasts on the screen and said the obscene remark result in RDK TSR code TE when he said the moan then the word, boobies, then the four-letter offensive plural word being vulgar term of female breasts in addition to term word used for bird showing on monitor between a
I Mark E. Cryptor received message from Mark Z. Cryptor, Mark Zaniels, Raptor in which he received message from SE Stars Plays' friend Mark Kynes Tracks, this prior hand, this is some mishap SE Stars Plays has made, when he loads the video game Jack Paul Simulator 25X onto TDOS X operating system version 10.2 Razzle Dazzle, it leads to a BSOD stop error and system crash as it reboots into primary operating system, ZOS, 19.0 Cyber Galaxy on his device.
The video game in subject is only intended to run on KBSKO operating systems on computers because the video game is developed by a firm in Canberra World Zone and is distributed by the firm in Canberra City, although console and mobile versions gets distributed by various firms even in Tronic Diamond Union, also Elitopia and Webchester, even on ZOS and TDOS mobile platforms. The BSOD stop error trips off the AeroVision system in which cuts to the DELCA feed in which shows subjective ad in which sets off auto sensor in which auto cuts to RDK TV. This is the screen gets sign cast to the system toward the viewers.
As a result of this, as we learned from Aero, the RDK TV Silum cast to continue toward Aero News 10 o'clock. This is the hosts to be back for tomorrow's show, since subject also gets aired on Aero Breeze and Silum cast. VWG2N Extra on Aero Breeze also needs to conclude as well.
It's time to play some video games on the console.
Okay, got my controller and putting on my gaming headset.
This as I got the new remote since the other one For some reason it got damaged as Chubby H. Cryptor on his microcar ran over the remote. I told Chubby to stop the vehicle and told him to watch the surroundings as he apologized on the matter as he wasn't paying attention. The television has been powered on as I just woke up the console from sleep mode.
Let's get into the game. Game on. Time to play Battle Blitz Wars.
Not now, I am going to check out Jack Paul Simulator 101 since we are going to try out the new game. I also got my controller too.
Okay then. Just checked my watch, 1933 hours, the new Elite Metric Quad season just nearing 26 minutes away.
Jack Paul Simulator 101.
Here we go, let's get into the game. Game on. Damn, son of a bull, some error came up.
Darn, regional restrictions.
I am going to exit the game and gonna play Battle Blitz Wars. What the hell are you doing?
Shutting down the console. We will gonna play Battle Blitz Wars later on tonight after the ball drop. I'm going to plug in the streaming receiver box. Thankfully the critical data including settings, the login information to the providers, Wi-Fi settings and everything else is saved as it should auto-restore once I plug it in. Gaming console has been powered down. I'm going to check other media sources. This gaming console connected on HDMI 2. The streaming receiver box on HDMI 3 was unplugged from power. Chubby H. Cryptor unplugged it so he needs to plug in his microcar since the battery was low. HDMI 1. I don't know why you brought the receiver in subject.
Opening up the remote app on my phone as it have an IR feature, switching to PC input, whoops. I didn't knew your laptop is connected to the TV. Some dialogues just came up, get on your laptop now.
Okay.
Anyhow switching to USB to check some media on the drive. Again, each plugged in the wrong USB drive. These are installation applications for crucial software on my gaming laptop. Gonna watch a movie. Damn. Did you insert the DVD upside down?
Yes, I didn't realize the label is facing down. Anyhow gonna watch some TV as I am tuning source to TV. I do acknowledge you watch ELN 2424 Elitopian hours as I'm attuning it to RDK 3000 TriStar television service.
Welcome back to Virtual World and Gaming tonight on CHQ, SRJ, and Star. I am Robert James over at Star 2000 from Studio R8 at Star 2000 headquarters in Elite City, along with Melissa Katzenzion and Mark J. Phelps plus Tracy Phelps over at DG Square. We hand off to them in a minute. I'm Max Jefferson would have talked to SE Stars plays on demo Jack Paul Simulator 25X on console, but was told by Aero producer, he's busy. However, I first played the related one Jack Paul Simulator 101 on console on October 21st, 2020 with Tiffany J. Cryptor. However, I was recording VWG2N episode at that time via RDK TV, in which I have revived and burned to DVD as that is being played back onto this TV via DVD player. This of course includes gameplay at 6 p.m. hour of Jack Paul Simulator 101 by Tiffany J. Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar. However, here's a catch. On console version, mobile version were not released until 2022, EY 1022. I Richard must wonder, what does she work for at RDK 3000 TriStar? She reviews video games for RDK 3000 TriStar today and segment also contributes for VWGT. She also does a daily podcast named 5 Things, Gamer Edition regarding 5 esports and gaming stories in brief for the day. This is Mike Z. Cryptor does daily top 5 for the day's top news stories regarding the latest in the news for the day, as that gets released 3 times a day, in the morning, in afternoon, and in evening, at 7 o'clock a.m., 2 o'clock p.m. and 7 o'clock p.m. While the Gamer Edition gets released daily at noon, in which it gets released today at 11:59 a.m. as I downloaded at 12:01 p.m. to my Pocket Mate when having lunch at Chicken Shack.
I wonder, Elito GRESP released its related daily podcast in the afternoon just 60 minutes later at 1300 hours, 1 o'clock p.m. and VWGT and VWG2N releases the podcast 60 minutes prior to the show air start and immediately after conclusion of the show on the preview and summary. Produced by Arrow Digital Media Unit.
Yes, Rococo, Iolito Canbertron Arrow 784 also note, same as with KBESP Deck, Canber Telemedia, ATRESP TV, Arrow ESP.net, Ion Neo GR Vision and TDESP releasing daily on the Daily Gaming and Esports News Podcast. Yes, this is IMAX Do, Mark Zaniels. Why did you tune the TV to RDK 3000 TriStar television service while the DVD playback is in progress? RDK TV programming notice for the evening.
This is an RDK 3000 TriStar television service programming alert.
I am Mark E. Cryptor and this is Chris K. Cryptor from Studio RDE.
We to head to programming break soon, but first we must pass you this programming notice concerning tonight's programming. Tonight's VWG2N Silimcast on RDK 3000 TriStar television service regarding the 18H hour will not be seen, however will be airing after RDK TSRT Prime at 2000 RDK ELC.
This is we get requested by Elito News 24 Deck Mil to Silimcast the Elito Boliv of 24 Elitopian hours to air on RDK 3000 TriStar television service. This in the special edition of 24 EH.
To repeat, tonight's VWG2N Silimcast on RDK 3000 TriStar television service regarding the 18H hour will not be seen, however will be airing after RDK TSRT Prime at 2000 RDK ELC. This to devote Silimcast of 24 EH Elito Bowl Eve special via Silimcast on RDK TV.
We to be back in 15 to 20 minutes for RDK TSRT 24-hour news beat. VWGT will be right back after ad break.
This has been an RDK 3000 TriStar television service programming alert.
It to air at 1648, as it also to be aired on JinxNet and also Jinx Vision. However it won't air on Chronos as they to devote its own reporting starting at 1700 hours as the Silimcast won't air on Arrow. Yes Raptor, for a reason, this as they to cover the other event to begin this evening, this being event in Altoverse, VCT Arrow Kickoff 25, in fact to occur at 5, of Sentinels NG2, VWG2N to air early. I do note, this is RDK TV devotes coverage on football as per news perspective over esports. I must note, watch party of esports is not expected at Savage Dome. Yes Rex, as I Corey Zanders also note, I talked to Julian Rasokiard, he would not mind on the football but he is hyped on the other subject, the Valorant subject at 5 bells in the ELC, but I do note he has since started played the video game, as I checked it myself, Jinsoku Toki Drift Extreme 7. It costs like 18 Elios 75 sickles, he have got early access, no wonder after a month, there's already mods out for the video game, but thankfully, only legal ones, like those allowed for distribution. I Farah gave it a try, it is bae.
Yes, but I have not played it yet but have already purchased and downloaded the game, Corey Zanders.
Corey Zanders, Julian Rasokiard, you said, 17 Elios 75 Elio cents, and 75 Tronic Diamond Sickles 0 newts?
Actually 17 Elios 75, and 74 Sickles 95.
Oh my god, 14 Elios 75? I have to get it at some point this weekend. As I Rococo do note it's a racing video game I must try out but I need to head to Gamer Corner to get the gear to upgrade my gaming computer rig for sim racing.
Welcome back to Alito Center News on Alito News 24 Dec Mil with Elitish Interpretron on the Elitish feed, Ao Nawo Duo Cuatro Deco Mel, and Audio Silimcast on Alito News Radio 96 also on digital streaming channel Alito Newsnet. I am Daniel Scrozuli over at Alito News 24 Dec Mil News Center over at Alitotronics Telemedia Headquarters in Elite City, Federal District, Synergy Republic of Elitopia. It's 1:30 p.m. Elite City, after 1850 TRX and toward 80.0 EMT on Saturday, February 8, 2025 and start of new Alito Week New Lotties Beta 9, EY 1025 Alito Day 038. The latest in this half hour. Alito News 24 Dec Mil exclusive, latest polls in this year's Elitopian election to be called after Independence Day for late Epsilon EY 1025, May 2025, suggest that Alito Party in the lead with Rex Harrows being preferred Prime Minister according to polls. To Blitz Dinozenia to the east, the New Democrats who held the official opposition is letting in the polls conducted by BZD24 and Blitz Dinozenian Times as Blitz Dinozenians head to the polls in March 2025 after Alito Independence Day, New Corgitopian Year and New Cambor Spinel Dozy Year. Alito Bowl 65, 2025, EY 1025, teams Hyper City Spinels from DFC and Dan City Splixtions from SFC Meet at Savage Dome in Savage City, New Omega Rock, Elitopia for press meet this morning, with social meet with fans taking place now. Kickoff is tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Elite City. Alito Wizard and Princess Omega to make appearance next hour.
No wonder Rock 96, RDK 3000 TriStar Radio Service 2 and Alito News Radio have to switch frequencies on the FM band. Alito News Radio was at 95.3 now at 96.0 FM on the radio. RDK 3000 TriStar Radio Service 2 moved from 95.1 to 95.3, and Rock 96 gets merged from 101 The Rock and moved to 95.1 FM with Rick Trexwood doing radio DJ at Alitotronics Telemedia HQ at dedicated booth. I must note that I must update the presets on my car radio thanks to the station frequencies moving which occurred earlier in the day.
We are learning more on today's developments on the false shark alarm in Silver City, Corgitopia. The persons responsible being two of the students from Corjot University, who operate the marine vehicle. They get expelled by the university management, and permanently banned from RDK 3000 TriStar Corgitopian Unit Division as with all other RDK-TSR establishments even here in Elite City, for misuse of alarm systems as the RDK-TSR CJP roll call alarm was tripped ended up false alarm. This is the shark alarm incident occurred at 5 o'clock p.m. Silver City, 7 a.m. Elite City, 50.0 EMT, 1200 TRX in late afternoon in Silver City, early this morning in Elite City as it was turned out a false shark alarm as there were no shark after observation as the marine vehicle surfaced only. Ahem, we have been informed that we are simulcasting this Alito News 24 Dec Mil broadcast on sister network Aerovision during the program airing of Virtual World and Gaming Today being aired on the Elitopian feed of Aero, also the Neo-Ionican and Aerotopian feed managed by Ion Neo Media Corporation, Aerotopian Broadcast Media and Silimcast on our affiliate RDK 3000 TriStar television service and our sister network Jinx Vision under branch of Alitotronics Telemedia Jinx Media, as the distributors Aero ESP Net, Ion Neo GR Vision, KBESP Deck and Trony Explosivision preempted VWGT airing for today for esports coverage,
We at Alito News 24 DECMIL are in active contact with Arrow and its parent company Patters EDZ Trinity, also fellows at WB News Net and Kronos who have its ties with Alitotronics Telemedia and Patters EDZ Trinity, also fellows at our sister network Alito GRESP and Jinx Vision and its sister networks Jinx Net under Jinx Media, and affiliate RDK 3000 TriStar. We have learned, some event tripped off the Arrow safety system in which cuts to Silimcast of Alito News 24 DECMIL without warning, in which result in our producers and those at the newsroom informing the management while alarms were blaring at Arrow Master Control A and Code AEL to RDK 3000 TriStar, Arrowvision Silimcasting Alito News 24 DECMIL in which RDK TV switched feeds to Alito News 24 DECMIL in emergency move. This as we learn more, during segment Scott Elitostar doing live gameplay walkthrough on video game Jack Paul Simulator 25 Deck, however was migrating the folders at the time, when he used the copy command, under non-ZOS operating system, KBKSO19, developed by Canbordian software firm, Canborsoft, using the Command and C keyboard shortcut led to the system error leading to kernel panic and stop error in so-called blue screen of death, due to invalid keystroke as there is no C in Canberlish, as it to be either K or S depending on word or phrase, although it was fixed, but not for non-Canbordian keyboard layout as the keyboard layout believed used being Alitopian multi-standard. This alarms the VWGT hosts Robert James, Mark J. Phelps and Melissa Katzenschen, also Alito GRESP Raymond Blake, however they can't revert back from Alito News 24 DECMIL broadcast to VWGT as the Arrow safety system cannot be put into override, as we must pass you a programming notice to Arrow, RDK TV and Jinx Vision that today's episode of VWGT needs to be cut short, over the said erroneous and horrific mishap that is beyond control of VWGT and Arrow over a keyboard shortcut command that led to something unexpected. This due to policy when things go unexpectedly go wrong when the Arrow safety system gets tripped, as the VWGT hosts to get reassigned to cover for Alito GRESP on the insight to the esports match in all first, ESL, IEM, Kato 25, semifinals Bravo, Navi vs Spirit, then the VCT kickoff on Arrow 25 grand finals of G2 and Sentinels in the evening. For Arrow viewers, we to hand off to Alito GRESP Silimcast, as for Jinx Vision viewers, we to hand off to sister network Jinx Net as Christina Iozuli will discuss the insights on the Blitz Dinozenian election we reported earlier in the hour on Alito Center News on Alito News 24 DECMIL. As for RDK 3000 TriStar television service viewers, RDK 3000 TriStar today to air at the top of the hour after the Alito News 24 DECMIL Silimcast, as I am Daniel Scrozuli from Alito News 24 DECMIL as we to give the warm welcome to RDK TV viewers for remainder of this hour.
Propenta. Triquatro, Pritrio, Insplix, Occhiquadio, Occhitrio, Occhiduo, Occhiuno, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I feel like I should just die. Nobody cares about me in society anymore. I'm ignored, picked on and neglected. If only I had the money and guts to move on. This in addition to subject on mourning on the 10th, and which brings my mental health out of whack, as I am so depressed a lot right now, as I am at the point I get suicidal. I can't take it anymore if the world is so cruel as I have to end myself. Goodbye world.
I must note the time as I heard the chimes, straight at 1 o'clock. This is we have a good view of the Elitopian Parliament.
Yo, someone has went abroad on the raft.
Since when?
Just now. Someone jumped off the bridge on Capsule Street and made good intercept landing onto our raft.
I do not expect it to happen. Some suicide attempt got thwarted. Fellow who came abroad, I give you life jacket and helmet, also goggles, as fellow puts you that on. Anyhow, who are you?
Casper. For some unexpected reason I landed onto your raft.
Noted. Skunk in diapers with special needs. The three of you, go ahead to dock immediately while I notify fellow on two-way radio. Michael, Casper, skunk in diapers with special needs, has went abroad our raft in thwarted suicide attempt. Go alert fellow from RDK 3000 TriStar immediately.
Yipe, Mark Z. Cryptor, Mark Zaniels, Casper made suicide attempt but landed onto the raft since 1300 hours, 1 o'clock p.m. this afternoon, 75.0 EMT, 1800 TRX.
I do explain from my colleague. Casper went out of the car window of Ruba K. Cryptor's car as I and my colleague Ruba K. Cryptor alerted Chubby H. Cryptor. Tell them to paddle to Alito Swift immediately as I, Ruba and Chub are on our way as the captain are being alerted as with Corey Z. Cryptor. Corey Zanders. This is for you Farah, go detour to Alito Swift yacht, immediately and alert the captain via the melody horn. Will do, Raptor. Okay, the fellows on the raft, paddle to Alito Swift immediately, it's not far.
Alright.
Anyhow, no wonder VWGT episode gets cut short as the VWGT hosts get unfit to continue for the episode. They over-celebrate the Hugh Exatex New Year in VIP and press preview of Alito GamerCon 2025, EY1025, as with some others, initially show intermission gets imposed at noon. As VWGT cast of RDK TV RDK Countdown Watch gets aired since 11:45, RDK TSRT air start at 11:50, only for the intermission to be extended to 12:30, as the program gets cut short at 12:20, the VWGT hosts calmed down by 12:36 as they get suspended from work for the day. Yes, Corey, as VWG2N gets preempted for tonight.
Skittles, why you not at school? Is it already dismissal? Yes, this due to nuisance at midday just at start at lunch including lockdown, tornado and fire alarm activation, and nuisance over PA system regarding New Year music. This is a celebratory shouting Happy New Hex Year 1004 XE and the cheering and fireworks used indoors in which sets off fire sprinklers, by some students. The school needs to be evacuated as classes gets cancelled for the day. Oh dear, Chubby H. Cryptor, any word on fate of tomorrow's classes from the school board?
Due to today's incident and nature of the subject, classes to be cancelled for tomorrow. However, there is no classes on Friday as mandated by the school board due to PD Day for elementary students, leading to long weekend due to Family Day on the 17th of February, 2025 next Monday. Whereas for high school students and specialty schools, a half day for students including my colleague Mark Z. Cryptor's cousin Daniel Zanils who attend Elite City District High School, he gets early dismissal this Friday.
Yes, Chubby H. Cryptor, as I had to pick up my cousins from school as my cousin Daniel Zaniels said. The students at Elite City District Public High School also needs to have the students face early dismissal over stupidity by certain students on the new HUEXITEX year at 1200 hours during lunch. Some students face expulsion, some gets suspended, some gets detention while the few gets to deal with the cops. This is the police alarm we're blaring for lockdown, even tornado, and fire alarms, and indoor fireworks use that sets off fire sprinklers in addition to blitz on the PA system and more. Due to the nature of cleanup, classes for tomorrow and this Friday is axed. Virtually school seminars also gets axed. This is Mark Z. Cryptor, Mark Zaniels, Raptor picked up my cousins Rex and Daniel Zaniels, as with my brothers Ion Zaniels, this is for you Rex and Daniel. Good thing you do not have any homework, as you to be riding in Zion's car as for you Zion. I have to drop off at Flex Motorship to retrieve your car as service is finished, to add on the accessories for your car also maintenance, your car is good to go, then go bring Rex and Daniel onto your car and drive to Elite City Convention Center, you are VIP. There is the Alito Gamer Convention 2025, EY 1025 kicking off today for VIP and press, tomorrow for public. I must head there too, but to pick up my colleagues at RDK 3000 TriStar HQ after stop at dealership as I and they to cover the event for RDK TSRT.
Yes, Mark C, this is I already paid for the services, about 40 Elios as for you Rex and Daniel, we to stop at Gamer Corner first then to the convention. Yes Zion, this is I Daniel to meet SE Stars Plays.
Is there a retro arcade section, to play some retro arcade games?
Rex Zaniels, yes. There is plenty, even Pong and Pac-Man, and such. As for you Daniel, this is I to get his attention upon arrival even alert Mark E. Cryptor. Mark Z. Cryptor, I Mark E. Cryptor heard what you said on two-way, your mic is left on as I to message Scott Illa star on the fan being cousin of Mark Z. Cryptor. Thank God we are off air.
I am Chris K. Cryptor. Chubby H. Cryptor. Reminder of appointment at 13:30 for Casper, for the psychiatrist at the clinic in Elite City. Take Casper to the clinic immediately. It is 13:15. This is for you Ruba K. Cryptor. Why are you abroad Alito Swift?
Chris K. Cryptor, I am already parked at the clinic.
Shakur, I am talking to Captain Max Kaistar. Now Max, why the fireworks did not go off and the ship horn was not used at 1200 hours for New HUEXITEX New Year?
We had to abort at last minute, as we had to dock. One of the fellows on board, Steve Kaistar, had to dock his jet ski to the yacht, then heads to car once we dock as he needs to head to high school to pick up his younger brother who's in grade 12 due to incident in which result in fire sirens blaring in relation to HUEXITEX New Year. This result in early dismissal.
Yes, this is I to head to Elite City Convention Center as I and he are VIP. Thank God he does not have any homework, otherwise third and fourth periods gets devoted for school presentation at the auditorium regarding a theatrical play by the students in drama class. There is a gaming convention kicking off today for VIP, tomorrow for public. Robert and Sean Kaistar is already there.
Yes, however Steve, you better stop at our house first, I must bring my gear for the convention.
I am already on it, as I to get some drinks from the fridge and crisps from the pantry. iRioS Cryptor must wonder on subject as I check my laptop and note on event in progress since Thursday 13th. This with preview for the VIP and press on Wednesday 12th. I must check other areas as I to listen to the radio.
This is Gaia Radio 1 on 96.0 FM Barton Township. We turn to international news outside the world of Gaia. This as we begin in Robloxia, in which the moderation system in which is so bad, one of its own accessories gets moderated and taken down. This as it gets noted by Green Lego Cats 123, in which he said is to be subject for future video on SignTube. In addition, Cambodian-based firm Con24 International Robloxia gets shut down, the headquarters in New Blocks next to Star, gets shut down and the faculty terminated for sexual content, although it appears to be false by many. Gaia Council has issued a travel warning to all Gaians to avoid all travel to Robloxia. In other news, Con24 has announced layoffs in response to broadcast network shutdown and devotes to domestic production, and Transmiton also spins off Con24 International to Cambodia Broadcast Media Corporation to become KB News 24 DEC International. Some Gaians remember the Gaia Summer Olympics back in 2017 of Team Pyro and Team Josie. This is there's to be the related match, one outside of Gaia, timing to be determined. This during day one of Elitopian Gaming Tournament 2025 being held in Elite City, Federal District. Elitopia beginning today as the event opened to the press and those in VIP yesterday, although there were distraction yesterday at 1700 UTC, blamed on celebrations of new Huexatex year 1004 XE in Huexatex Union with massive fireworks show in Hex City, Hextopolia. It to be the teams Cloud Deck and X Gaming, but his former names back them referring to Pyro and Josie.
I knew it, event outside Gaia Land, starting Wednesday February 12th, 2025 and Quad Dis Beta 13th EY1025, ED042. From Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia, as I have to recall the pedal car and head to airport.